Hey guys, welcome to another episode with the ASP Gang. It's your host Millie Mel, and today we're chowing down with some pizza time community crunch, and our first order of business is our Arkpocalypse servers. So if you take a look here, they're going back to pretty much vanilla. I mean, they're going with the classical Ark stuff. They don't want to get all too crazy with it. It says we're excited to see this retro style Arkpoc make its comeback. I mean, I feel like part of it's not just because they want to do it. I feel another big part of it is what mods do we really have out right now that can really bring something to the table. So I'll get into that in a minute, but there hasn't been a whole lot of new things like overhauls. There's been a few new creature creations that are pretty exciting, which we've been showing on our live streams right now as we're finishing up one of our other overhaul series that are being done during the week. But my personal opinion is that we don't really have a whole lot going on in the world of Ark until after Valguero comes out. So this could be some kind of filler, yet like fun grind for everyone to take part in. Either way, it's going to be a great time. I look forward to seeing how people feel about it, what's going on and whatnot with that. But also, there's some other big news going on with this as well. And forgive me because I do read while I'm going through it. So right now, they are having some transfer issues with the Veilwinds and the Armadogos. When they're in companion mode, you got to take them off or you're going to have some issues during the transfer. I don't know exactly what those issues are, but you work really hard to get those things. They're really great tames to have. You don't want to do anything that could jeopardize, losing them or having any other issues with them at all either. Now, with that being said, when I was talking about mods earlier, I do really like the fact that, number one, I'm trying to scroll on my software, not on the website, right? Go figure. But this time, if you take a look at the list, we have one skin here. We have some modern glass, some patio furniture and stuff like that. I'm still seeing a lot of skins and cosmetics, but I'm starting to see at least what look like a couple of new things right here that I do want to take a look with and share with you right now. So let's take a little bit of a dive into them. I'll be right back where you'll get to see my face again after I tell you what I think about them. Sorry about that. I'm a little ditzy today because we just did a live stream before I started making this video. So bear with me, guys. But let's take a deep dive and see what we got going for you here. All right, guys, so I don't know what you thought about that stuff. Still more skins. I mean, but they're really nice skins. I am not knocking on skins. I just personally, for gameplay, when it comes to me, I like having a challenge with something. Building's the bee's knees, though. Like, you can't get through Ark if you can't build a nice base, right? Also, there are some nice gun mods out there. So if you want to be that soldier of fortune or sniper extraordinaire, now's the other chance for that as well. So make sure you check that stuff out. It's listed here. I'm not going to play a second video. I mean, obviously, like, this is coming from, Ark itself. I'm not the one who makes these videos, so shout out to them for all of that. But also remember, there's also an ASA build contest coming up for the templates. Wildcard will be picking 2 winners, and so will us, the community. So remember, your vote counts, unlike our elections. That is a joke. That is not serious. Okay, guys, I'm a veteran. American. ate my bacon. Not really, but you know, I'm just trying to make things silly. Okay, guys? So just bear with us here. All right. So top 10 eligible builds with the golden check mark. Reactions by Wednesday, September 17th at 5 Pacific time. We'll move on to the final round of public voting, which kicks off in the crunch on Friday, September 19th of 2025. Discord voting does end on Wednesday, September 17th. Finalists will be announced on the crunch, and final voting starts Friday, September the 19th. Winners will be announced in the crunch on Friday, September the 26th, which is my daughter's birthday, so I may or may not be able to show you all this stuff, but I will do my best because she's going to be, well, she is in her 20s, and I'm almost 50 now, and I'm just going to be having a heart attack, realizing how old I am that day while celebrating her birthday. Now, all 4 winning builds will be added as official in-game templates. Plus, as an added little bonus, each winner will receive Lost Colony expansion passes. You already bought a Lost Colony expansion pass? Too bad, so sad, because that's what you're going to win anyways. Maybe you can see if you can pass along to a friend, but if you can't, hey, have fun out there no matter what, and do something good for your community, guys. Now, with that also being said, we are going to be discussing some extra life stuff. Wildcard won't be able to do it. They won't be participating per se. However, there will be stuff going on where they will be kind of giving some stuff away, you could say. So for every $30,000 raised, the Studio Wildcard Extra Life charity campaign, the community will unlock a Dino TLC pass to be released throughout 2026 because we keep getting told we're going to have Ark 2. So to make us feel special while they're not doing their part to donate, they're going to give us goodies by doing a TLC. Now, if you can't tell, I'm a little bit upset about that because I personally have someone that I know going through chemo right now, and it is my kid's relative and another friend of mine who is as well. Plus, I have had, you know, someone who's lost a family member to leukemia, and then other tragic events happening therefore afterwards. So guys, I, as a creator, will do my best to partake in this. I know I'm a small channel, but if you can jump in, give what you can. If I'm able to do it, I'm going to do it. Other creators out there are going to do it. So if I can't do it, make sure you jump in with them as well. Join in, donate what you can, send it out to a good cause because those kids really need your help. However, just trying to stay positive here. There will be voting when it comes to dinos that will get a TLC. So right now we have the Aranio, the Giganotosaurus, the Thyla, the Bronto, the Megalosaurus, the Quetzal, the Carnotaurus, because that Carno just be ugly and really doesn't need a TLC. That's my personal opinion. But if you also want, you got the Megalania, Titanosaur, and the Anki. That Titanosaur could, you know, probably look a little better itself as well. But you choose. It's all up to you guys, right? Now, how do you vote? When donating to anyone on the Studio Wildcard Extra Life team, not just Studio Wildcard directly, make sure you include a message with your chosen creature's full first name preceded by a hashtag like this called "We'll do our best to identify typos, but to spell them correctly." That's not what you put, by the way, guys. I'm just reading it pretty fast and through smaller font than what you're seeing. Now, there's hashtag Giga, hello, hashtag Giga, please give, hashtag Giga, a TLC. Obviously, the full name's Giganotosaurus, but whatever. If no hashtag vote is included in the donation message, the donation will still count towards the TLC total, but it won't advance any particular dino's voting tally. So it'll kind of help with the money, but not so much towards the votes per se, it sounds like. That's a little confusing, but you know, it's better than not getting anything at all, obviously. Now, the eligibility guidelines, every $1 donated is a vote. A $50 donation with hashtag Giga, for example, equals 50 votes. 5 $10 donations with hashtag Giga, for example, will equal 50 votes because it's 10 times 5 for 50. It's math. Some of us aren't that great at it, but hopefully you understand how addition and multiplication works so you can figure that out yourself. And like I said, go towards a good cause. Smith is on here, and if you don't do it right, he gonna tell you. Now, to keep the vote balanced and consistent, eligible creatures must meet the following criteria. There must be a creature from the island, must be tameable, must be rideable, or a shoulder pet, must not have previously received a TLC in the past. The following creatures have already had a TLC pass and are not eligible. So you have the RG, the dire bear, the dire wolf, Gigantopithecus, the mammoth, parasaur, Procoptodon, raptor, the rex, sabertooth, sarco, spino, stego, and the trike. And if that's not enough for you to remember, come back onto here, take a look. When in doubt, search it out. Okay, guys? Now, they will be announcing TLC winners revealed every week in November from the 7th for the first, 14th for the second, 21st for the third, and 28th for the final, because guess what? That's how 4 weeks in a month work. Okay? Like I said, addition and subtraction. Maybe not my best, strongest point, even though I have 2 science degrees, but they're still kind of there. All right, moving forward, guys, let's keep on going with this. We want to get things rolling here. All right, guys, so I didn't want to get too much into anything else with Extra Life because it's just kind of repetitive, redundant, whatever words you want to use to start with are or anything else. However, when it comes to community creature submission, our next community creature submissions will take place in the simulated biomes of Genesis Part 1. Remember that Gen 1 is coming out soon, guys? Get ready, buckle your seatbelts for some fun, and get ready to do those little map challenges that everybody really loves to do, except for those of us who suck at them. Or if they're really glitched up and we have trouble doing it, right, Myth? I don't know, because, nothing ever happens with Ark or Studio Wildcard or Games jacking stuff up. I'm gonna shut up now, because it's Community Crunch. Okay, so just make sure that you do start brainstorming your creature concepts and prepping those designs now, as submissions will open in the coming weeks. Which wildcard will then steal your ideas and not pay you for them, okay? But remember a few things. This is sarcasm coming from me. I love you guys. I love Ark. And, I want us to all have fun out there and see what you guys have for to, give to the table when it comes to keeping things creative for us. But no, it must be an original creature. A real world extinct or prehistoric creature such as a dino, a mammal, a reptile, etc., because dinos are classified also under birds, the ornith class and the reptilian class, so blah, blah, blah. And alligators aren't dinos, but they're around during that time too, or crocodilians. I don't know. I'm not perfect at this. I'm not a paleontologist. I'm a former nurse and biotechnical engineer. What do I know? Supplemental information like wiki links, images, and art is preferred, so they can come up and once again use your artwork for themselves, change the dossier. That way it doesn't copy everything you say, so they can copyright it themselves. Blah, blah. I'm just being sarcastic. Remember that I like having a good time, okay, guys? Now, also remember, it's gotta be a real world animal. I'm gonna say it again, because if you don't do it right and Myth sees it because he pays attention to stuff, he's gonna haunt your Discord and say, real world dino, real world dino, real world dino. And let me tell you, even though I can't say that 5 times fast, he can, and he's done it to me before with other things. Am I right, sir? He gonna haunt you. He will do it. He does it to me all the time, okay? Not just because he's my friend, but because he's an Ark nut. And if I'm not doing something right, he gonna let me know. Now, let's get into our bonus rates on the official network, guys. So for PvP and PvE servers, you got double the harvesting, taming, and experience, and breeding. That is a lot of ands in there. There's be more. Is it proper English? Probably not, because I used to be a writer. It just sounds a little too much for me, but go forward with it. Small tribes, you got 4.5 times harvesting, taming, experience, and breeding. Arkpocalypse servers, a step up from that. You got 5 times harvesting, taming, experience, and breeding. Notice I didn't say all the ands in there because then you just have too many ands going on. Screw that crap. Now, right again, we can go on ahead and repeat ourselves, but let's not do that because that's just a bit much. Now, I can get into the community corner. These are things I want you guys to check out, but let's get into the artwork today, guys, and then I'm going to say goodbye to you, and let's enjoy all their hard work along with some nice, beautiful music that I love to play while you take a look at this stuff. Alrighty, guys, and that's it for today's Community Crunch. We hope you had a great time and make sure that you don't forget to have some of that love, that peace, that chicken, turkey, ducky, and lots of pizza grease because just like you guys, we are going to enjoy our weekend. So we are out.